I want to share briefly what I preached to our people this past Sunday morning. I preached on the law of leprosy or peace in pandemic. It's not an exact illustration, but there is so much we can take away from the law God gave the Israelites as they were starting their country, the law He gave them concerning leprosy, and what we are being told today regarding the coronavirus. Now, I know this is simple, but you have to start somewhere. So where does it start? If you think you had leprosy, you were told in Leviticus 13, 1 through 3, to go to the priest, let them look at you, gauge your symptoms, and give a diagnosis, testing, and assessment. Now, first of all, let me say, if you think you've got coronavirus, don't go to your pastor for consultation. Go to your doctor. They didn't have the healthcare system then and there that we have today. Go to your doctor and get tested. Let them look at you, gauge your symptoms, and give you a diagnosis. What if the diagnosis came back positive for leprosy? What did God recommend be done? Leviticus 13, 4 through 7. It looks to me like the first thing to be done was quarantine of up to 21 days, with the idea of giving the person and the sickness time to run its course while keeping others safe. So, seclusion or quarantine was the first thing they were to do once they were tested and diagnosed. The process went on to social distancing. Amazing. Leviticus 13, 45 and 46. The leper, unclean, unclean. You remember the story, telling everyone to stay away, keep your distance. If you weren't sick, you were allowed to be part of society again. If you were sick, not quarantine any longer, distance from everyone. The quarantine is much more temporary measure than the social distancing. Quarantine is for the individual to let it pass. Social distancing is more drastic and it affects everyone. And I think we need to realize that where we are right now. Thirdly, sanitization. Isn't it interesting? Further direction regarding leprosy involved washing, a lot of washing. Washing the individual's clothing, Leviticus 13, 47 through 59. The individual's cottage, his house, in chapter 14, verse 33 through 57. And the individual citizen. You remember the story of Naaman in 2 Kings chapter 5. What did the prophet tell him to do about his leprosy? The prophet told him to wash 7 times. Wash, 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 wash. I understand it was a miracle of God, and I'm not understating or overlooking that fact, but it's a practical lesson that's illustrated for us. Wash, 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 wash. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? So what's the lesson for us to learn here? Well, I said all that to say this. The law of leprosy demonstrates to us that the Word of God is still practical and relevant in our lives today as it was for Israel 6,000 years ago. We're getting the same instruction today from the World Health Organization, the CDC, the White House, the media. It also shows us that God gave us an example to follow that will help us deal with this pandemic in our lives. Seclusion, social distancing, and sanitization. Wash, 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 wash. The Word of God is still relevant today, and the coronavirus proves it. Well, that's all for today's Morning Minute Meditation. Y'all have a great day, and remember, it is what it is.